Your job is to sit up there and look pretty.
Okay, that's all?
That's it.
That's all I gotta do?
That's it.
Let me raise my seat up so you can be sure to see
There you go.
me. And not look bored, right? Not look bored.
My notes.
How you doing, Larry? Merry Christmas.
It says
Stuff is going on your table, or is your stuff that's on my side?
I think they got it all spread out. Is that mine or yours? You got it?
I got one last night, so if I think it's got to be yours. If it's not, I know what it says, so you can.
So do I, but we all, whatever.
Third with a Mary.
Can't start without them.
yeah. Also, I heard what's his name.
Welcome, everyone, to the City of Joliet regular meeting, Tuesday, December 20th, 6:30. Mayor Bob Odekirk presiding. We'd like to start with the invocation from Pastor Vincent Ritchie, First Christian Church, 1701 Laraway Road.
Mayor, if I may, if we could have a moment of silence when the pastor comes up for Mr. Rudy Mahalik, who was a longtime businessman with Painter Dillon Mahalik. He passed away last week, so I'd appreciate that if you would all do that.
Let's bow. Our Heavenly Father, thank you for Christmas and a time of giving, a time of joy, a time of peace. Thank you for the Virgin Mary that gave birth to the Christ child who saves us from our sins. Jesus is Emmanuel, God with us, and we feel your presence with us because of your Holy Spirit. Your Spirit is among us and present in all your children. Lord, there are those who don't have joy at Christmas, that don't have peace, that don't have money to give gifts to others, and they need gifts themselves. May they have the spirit of Christmas, the joy, the peace, and gifts that Christ brings through our lives. God, thank you for blessing America and blessing our town, Joliet. May each one of us help others materially, spiritually, emotionally with our words of love and kindness and our acts of service and sacrifice. May your kingdom come and may your will be done in Joliet and Will County. May you work through the lives of each one of us, bringing love and truth to those that are around us that need to be loved and helped. We ask these blessings in the name of the Father. P.S. And bless the council today as they talk about the Rialto and others that discuss that. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
We'll do it, Jan.
It's okay, we'll do it later. Merry Christmas.
I hope yours is.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you, Pastor. God bless you.
Before we begin with roll call, can we have a moment of silence for Rudy Mahalik? Thank you. We'll begin with roll call. Mayor Odekirk?
Here.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer?
Here.
Councilwoman Gavin?
Here.
Councilman Girl?
Here.
Councilman Hug? Councilman Morris?
Here.
Councilman Mudrin?
Here.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Here.
Councilman Turk?
Here.
First on the agenda under Mayor Odekirk appointments, the mayor is recommending Kathy Spieler be appointed to the Housing Authority of Joliet.
So moved. Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve the appointment of Kathy Spieler to the Housing Authority of Joliet. Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Motion carried. Mayor, I believe Kathy is here and would like to say a few words, if that would be.
Mayor and council, thank you so much. This is an honor, and I appreciate the opportunity. My father served on this board some 30 years ago, was chairman and commissioner. I hope that I can be a blessing to the people that I serve. I really was brought up with a sense of community. My parents really spent their whole life donating their time and efforts to the community. And I know that residents, just as Pastor was saying, some people don't have gifts. If not for this program, so many residents wouldn't have, a bed to sleep in at night, a roof over them, food. I mean, this is really a good program. And I will truly do my best. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Kathy.
Mayor, we did have a request to approve the agenda as written prior to the citizens to be heard on agenda items this evening.
That's fine.
Your Honor, I would move to approve the agenda as written with the following changes. To remove Council Memo 61416, which is requesting the Illinois General Assembly to transfer title of the Rialto to the City of Joliet. And then to amend Council Memo 60616 with the following change to amend the 2017 annual budget for the City of Joliet, include $500,000 payment to the Rialto, subject to approval of an agreement between the city and the Rialto. Second.
It's in motion and seconded to approve the agenda as written with the following changes. Remove Council Memo 614-16 from the agenda, which is a resolution urging the Illinois General Assembly to introduce legislation to transfer title of property owned by the Will County Metropolitan Exposition Auditorium Authority and obligations associated therewith to the City of Joliet. And amend Council Memo 606-16, which is ordinances approving the 2017 annual budgets for the City of Joliet, the Joliet Public Library, and the Foreign Fire Insurance Board, with the following changes: to include $500,000 payment to the Rialto, subject to an intergovernmental agreement between the Rialto and the City of Joliet. Councilwoman Gavin?
Aye.
Councilman Girl?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
No.
Councilman Morris?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilman Turk?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
Nay.
Motion carried, 6-2. Moving on to citizens to be heard on agenda items. First, we have Larry Walsh.
Well, thank you very, very much to allow me to speak to you, Mr. Mayor and councilmen members. I know that I respect what you're facing to do tonight in regards to our jewel of Joliet, the Rialto. I just wanted to speak that in regards to what Will County, Joliet, Will County means to the state of Illinois. We have foreign governments that are investing in Joliet, Will County. Foreign governments that are seeing what's happening with what's going on in the intermodals and in the developments that are out there. We have corporate corporate leaders that are coming to Illinois, to Joliet, Will County. The Laraway Crossings has never seen so much activity that we have seen in the last couple of years. And even corporate headquarters that are wanting to come and be involved in our area. The state of Illinois, after the legislature adjourned in June, Governor Rauner looking to make a statement about how things are going, how good things were going, made a point to come to Joliet in July to make the announcement of his participation, the state's participation in the Hobart Road project that the mayor and I myself and other entities have been talking about for a couple of years. He came here to make the statement that this is where progress is being made and that he wanted to be part of it. The state of Illinois, 3 or 4 years ago, former Governor Pat Quinn came to talk about the issue of the high-speed rail. His staff, some of his staff people, talked to me personally in regards to the request of a multimodal facility here in Joliet. And they asked me what did I think? Was it a doable? Was it going to happen? And I said, the high-speed rail, first stop out of Chicago was Joliet. Last stop going into Chicago is Joliet. And I believe that this is the area that you want to pursue. And shortly after that, $32+ million was given to Joliet in regards to the multimodal facility. Our own Will County government, I'm proud to work hand in hand with Mr. Odekirk, the mayor, and Jim Hawk in regards to what Will County is going to do in downtown Joliet. The issue that we right now are building a sheriff's facility, $29.5 million on Laraway Road and 52. That is going to bring us the state-of-the-art facility out there and a dispatch center that is going to handle and consolidate all our 911's dispatch centers down to 3 in the county. That we also are the biggest public works project that is probably undertaken by the county is the building, development and building of a new courthouse in downtown Joliet. $195 to $200 million invested in downtown Joliet. All these governmental entities believe in the future of downtown Joliet. And I have been one of the strongest supporters of the need to support the Rialto Theater and what it means to downtown Joliet, our county seat. And the only hesitancy up until what I've heard tonight, and I hope the motion is approved, is that Joliet was hesitant in investing in Joliet. But what I've heard tonight in the agenda, that is going to hopefully be not taking place. Working hand in hand in county government and city government, Mayor. Let's work together in the next year. Let's get together with corporate leaders. Let's get together with individuals that would offer donations. We need the Rialto to be strong and be visible and to be operational in downtown Joliet and the county seat of Will County. There is probably not another issue. It's the strongest asset in the state of Illinois for all of us to invest in. And I hope that your membership and the members of this council will support the motion of giving them the money they need for this next year. And Mayor, let's work together while they do what they have to do in the next year. And we look on and look outside of the box and find a permanent solution of funding, the funding of the operation and capital improvements of the Rialto Theater. Thank you.
Thank you. If I could comment, thank you, Mr. Walsh. Thank you for your cooperation. I think the unprecedented cooperation between the city and the county government with the courthouse. We know we've been talking about opening up Chicago Street. It's something we need to do next year, and as well as the other downtown redevelopment. And I personally agree with you about working together to look for a permanent source of funding. I think ultimately that's what this city council has been after this entire process. Not simply the same old with another check being written. But thank you for your comments.
Bernadine Spieler.
I'll be very, very brief. Which microphone should I talk to?
Either one. Name and address for the record, please.
Whichever one is the closest?
They'll both pick up. One's for TV,
Oh,
one's for the
okay.
chambers.
All right. This has all changed since I've been here, and it's beautiful. I really like it. Anyway, my name is Bernie Spieler. I live at 7 Caesar Street, Joliet, and I'm a former president of the St. Pat's Neighborhood Association. I was in that for many years. Anyway, I came down here tonight not to talk about the Rialto. I'm sure everybody here is, I think I'm the only person that came here not to talk about the Rialto, but I would like to say what I want to say anyway. I would like to comment to my mayor and city council, the whole city council, of all the hard work that you do for all of us here in the city. And I want you to know that we really appreciate it. And I wonder how many people think about thanking you for all the hard work that you do. It's not easy to sit up there and make decisions for everybody in the whole city. I mean, just when I was in the neighborhood association, it was difficult to make decisions for our neighborhood. But getting back, I know I only have 4 minutes, so I better cut it short. The other part I wanted to talk about is when I was with the neighborhood association, I wanted to say we worked with the city all the time with all the different things that we accomplished. It was because the city helped us all the time. We got street lighting, we got curbs, gutters, banners, we got new trees in the neighborhood. Just so many things that were accomplished by working together. And that's why I want to mention that tonight. And also all the different things that we had, like Victory Center, that used to be Joliet Catholic High School. and we helped get that through. And Patrick Haley Mansion, that was all remodeled and additions put on and everything, and we had backed all of that too. So those are some of the things. And one more thing I wanted to mention was, I don't know if a lot of people here remember the All-America Awards, which was back in 1999, and some of us were invited from different associations, different things in the neighborhood, besides the mayor and the city manager, and some of the councilmen were there, and city staff. And we had gone to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and worked very hard for those achievement awards, but we didn't quite make it. I think we came in third. But that's all right. We were proud of it anyway. We worked real hard. We all worked together, and that's the main thing. And that's another thing I want to get across. A lot of people say, you can't fight City Hall. We never fought City Hall. We always worked with City Hall. And we got much farther by working with City Hall. And I think if everybody here tonight works with the city, things will get done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bernie.
Rachel Ventura.
Hello, my name is Rachel Ventura. I reside at 1001 North Broadway, Joliet. I have some copies of an article. Can I approach to? I have prepared a statement I would like to read. I would like to see Joliet on a road to change. Joliet does need a PR facelift, and we must change our image. I'm not the first person to point this out. Last year, the city paid $75,000 for the Camaro Downtown Study, which centered its vision on the downtown mecca for young people. And I quote, "This strategy aligns the downtown's #1 strength with its entertainment and cultural component." The question was raised, what happens if the theater goes dark? Considering that we have heard in this last week alone that the theater brought in over 4,000 people, the question we should be asking is what happens to Joliet if the downtown goes dark? What happens to those businesses that were packed over the weekend? The Rialto must be allowed to promote the downtown area, just as the downtown businesses must cross-market to promote tourism. The Joliet taxpayer, who has been nickeled and dimed for the last decade, isn't going to be the one to save the city from financial ruin, but the tourists can. Bringing in outside money from our city is a must, and this council paid for the study and plan telling us how to do it, but has continued to go down the road to ruin instead. Joliet's history of owning businesses has been less than stellar, and includes everything from the Bicentennial Park, the Historical Museum, Rich and Creamy, Krabby Gales, the Slammer Stadium, the Splash Station, Union Station, and last but not least, the Evergreen, which we paid $15 million plus litigation fees, and we so don't have possession. How many of these entities have made money for the city? Not to mention the resolution before you proposes to sell off the office spaces, which is the one aspect that is currently profitable. Our state rep, Larry Wash Jr., was here yesterday advising this very council to consider that Springfield may not be in a position to transfer the property, and even if they are, they may not do so in any timely manner. On October 16, 1979, the city adopted a 3% hotel-motel tax, which was able to pay for the $1.1 million bond issued to Rialto Theater. You have the copy of the article in front of you. Although this money was not earmarked only for the Rialto, the city manager at the time, Robert Oldland, stated, quote, if the tax revenues are not used for the Rialto, they can still be used for other city improvements. This allocation to the Rialto is enough to subsidize the theater so that Venue Works can come in and turn the theater around, which in turn will allow us to continue down the road for change, as well as follow and expand on the Camaro Downtown Study. Therefore, I am asking that you reject the resolution to purchase the Rialto and not only second Pat Mudro's motion, but vote in favor of it. I would even go as far as to say, if you're considering conditions, please ask Venue Works to do more than 40 shows. Negotiate what is necessary to be successful and realistic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Raymond Malmgren.
I waited my time, thank you.
Thank you.
Robert Hernandez.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the City Council. I don't know if I'm at the same meeting, but I think there was a resolution that was passed that would provide the $500,000 of funding to the Rialto based on an intergovernmental agreement and conditions. So I'm just wondering if I'm in the same meeting as some of the other speakers. But I agree with that motion that was made by Councilman White Turk on the condition that there is an intergovernmental agreement that will bring an open and transparent relationship between the Rialto and the city of Joliet, that opens up its books, that allows the Inspector General in there, and that works hand in hand with the city so that those monies that are being allocated to the Rialto is an open book to the public, that the public knows exactly where every penny is spent. Mike remembers, and I talked to Councilman Warren Doris last week, and he pointed out, as I did, that community centers received something close to 1.5 million when you looked at the 3 community centers, and they had to count for every penny, whether they spent 50 cents or $500. They had to turn in receipts and work with then Finance Director Bob Frazier, and that's what I think needs to be done with the Rialto. So the Rialto's going to stay open, and based on the resolution that was made by Councilman Turk, which I support, to continue that $500,000 funding for next year, that agreement will be based on a agreement between the city and the Rialto that brings transparency and open government, which our mayor has advocated since he was elected mayor. The second thing I just want to say is I want to thank the city manager and the mayor on the City Center Partnership expansion for Collins Street, South Chicago Street, and Cass Street. I opposed it in the beginning because I said there was no representation from individuals who had businesses or resided in those areas. And I had met with the city manager about 3 weeks ago, and the mayor, who has proven time and time and time and time again that he believes in diversity and he supports diversity with his appointments and with his leadership, assured me, along with the city manager, that they would expand the City Center Partnership Board to include members of those businesses in those affected areas. Therefore, I said then, and I'll say now, I support that 100%, and I will do everything I can to help you make that a successful venture with the expansion of the City Center Partnership. That's all I have to say, Mayor. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless the City of Joliet, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd also like to say, in addition to what Mr. Hernandez said about adding the $500,000, contingent upon approval of the IGA, Councilman Turk's motion also removed from the agenda Council Member 614-16, which was a resolution requesting the Illinois General Assembly to introduce legislation to transfer title. So that's been taken off our agenda and won't be voted on here tonight. So just to clarify that as well.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak under citizens to be heard? Seeing none. Mayor Pro Tem, is there a motion to appoint Councilwoman Coleman to serve as Mayor Pro Tem for the term January 1st, 2017 through March 31st, 2017?
Moved.
Second?
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Girl.
I get this out here. I couldn't handle the pressure.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council committee reports, Economic Development Committee report.
The Economic Development Committee met on December 15th here at City Hall. The Economic Development Committee consists of Councilman Mudrin, Councilman Morris, and myself. We met predominantly for one issue, that was to review, leading up to the expiration of the 60-day waiting period, the expansion of the downtown SSA. We did review that, and we sent it forward with a positive recommendation unanimously. And then we also had some numbers, which I won't get into, as far as some really good numbers, Mayor, that I think, when is your mayoral State of the City speech?
In the next couple months.
You're going to be using these numbers in your speech. There's some economic development that's occurring and still on the board. Numbers of permits and so forth have really been rising in the last year. So that's all we had.
Thank you.
Finance Committee report.
Your Honor, the Finance Committee, comprised of Councilman Mudrin, Councilman Girl, and myself, met this afternoon at 5:30 prior to this meeting to review the monthly financial report, personnel summary, travel expense report, invoices paid report. Found them all to be in order, recommend their approval. The final numbers aren't in on the 2016 budget yet. Last year at this time, we were showing a $4 million deficit, and once everything was posted in January with the accruals, we turned that into a $7.7 million surplus. So right now, this year, we're looking at a $5 million deficit, but our January figures, once posted, we'll have a better idea at the January meeting.
Thank you.
Public Service Committee report.
Public Service met here at the City Hall yesterday. The Public Service Committee is comprised of Councilwoman Gavin, Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer, and myself. For the most part, we went over housekeeping on contracts and change orders and pay estimates as well as final payments. Highlights, we're getting 23 new police cars, not because we want to. That's only part of it because we have to. We talked about that yesterday. We need more. We're investing in Bicentennial Park by repairing the roof. For those that aren't familiar, Bicentennial Park belongs to the city. It's downtown. We're investing in that. Other than that, everything else was in order as far as change orders, pay estimates, and final payments. That's all I have there.
I show no other reports. Under consent agenda, approval of minutes. It's recommended the minutes of the pre-council meeting held on December 5th, 2016, and the minutes of the regular meeting held on December 6th, 2016 stand approved as recorded. Invoices paid report. It's recommended this report be received and placed on file. And Council Memo 597-16, position vacancies and job descriptions. It's recommended the city manager be authorized to fill 1 planner position in community development and 2 utilities billing clerks in the finance department, as well as any subsequent vacancies, and approve the updated job descriptions for planner and utilities billing clerk. Is there a motion to approve said consent agenda items?
So moved.
Second.
Been motion and seconded to approve. Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilman Morris?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye, except those pertaining to my employer.
Councilman Turk?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer?
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin?
Aye.
Councilman Girl?
Aye.
Motion carried. Under licenses and permit applications, Council Memo 599-16, issuance of a Class B liquor license at 1050 Northeast Frontage Road, Countryside Banquets and Conference Center. It's recommended International Union of Operating Engineers doing business as Countryside Banquets and Conference Center located at 1050 Northeast Frontage Road be issued a Class B liquor license.
Move to approve.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Morris?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman?
Aye.
Councilman Turk?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer?
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin?
Aye.
Councilman Girl?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 600-16, issuance of a Class B liquor license at Collins Street, Luna Mexicana Restaurant. It's recommended Luna Mexicana Restaurant located at 900 Collins Street be issued a Class B liquor license.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilman Turk?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer?
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin?
Aye.
Councilman Girl?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilman Morris?
Aye.
Motion carried. Under ordinances and resolutions, Council Memo 602-16 is an ordinance declaring certain properties as public nuisances. It's recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Coleman?
Aye.
Councilman Turk?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer?
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin?
Aye.
Councilman Girl?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilman Morris?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Motion carried. Memo 603-16, an ordinance approving a time extension and enlargement of the Joliet City Center Special Service Area at the rate of 95 cents per 100 EAV value. It's recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Girl,
Aye.
Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 604-16, ordinances for the levy and assessment of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2016 and ending December 31st, 2016, in and for the 1996 Joliet Special Service Area Number 14, Joliet City Center, and 2009 Joliet Special Service Area Number 7, Park Hills Subdivision. It's recommended said ordinances be adopted.
Motion to approve.
Second?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Girl,
Aye.
Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman,
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
We will be approving Council Memo 606-16 first, and then moving back to 605-16 to approve the budget before the levy. Council Memo 606-16, ordinances approving the 2017 annual budgets for the City of Joliet, the Joliet Public Library, and the Foreign Fire Insurance Board, with the following amendment, including $500,000 for the Rialto, subject to an intergovernmental agreement with the Rialto and the City of Joliet.
Mayor?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the council memo 606-16 with the following change. Amend the 2017 annual budget for the city of Joliet to include the $500,000 payment to the Rialto, subject to the approval of the agreement between the city and the Rialto.
Second?
If I may comment before we vote. I've said a couple times, well, I said more than a couple times, but at least from this seat, that the city council was really put in an unfair position. The city council, city of Joliet, which really is the taxpayers of Joliet, has been the best partner that the Rialto has known over the years, giving over $18 million in the last 30 years. And it was unfair, and I think undue pressure was put on this council to basically, I called it a public shakedown. That's exactly what happened here. When private conversations were not being repeated properly to the public or to the media, but to come to the city of Joliet at the 11th hour after refusal to cooperate during the entire process and put on us saying, give us the money or the theater's going to close down. My personal opinion of the theater is irrelevant, but I love it, like I think everybody up here. My job as mayor is to do what's best for the people of Joliet, for the taxpayers and the people in this city, not to keep a theater open or to close a theater. Having said that, I want to thank the city council for standing fast on when we gave our word and said that we were not simply going to send a blank check to the theater. In spite of the public pressure and the media scrutiny, we kept our word and our pledge to the people of Joliet to do what's best for the people of Joliet. Having said that, with the agreement that was reached earlier today, I know it's good for the theater, and I believe it's fair for the people of Joliet, and I personally support it. And again, I want to thank the city council. That's been a trying issue. I think all of us have been put in an unfair light, so thank you for what you've done and for standing strong on this issue.
Been motioned and seconded to approve the amended Council Memo 606-16. Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Girl,
Aye.
Councilman Hug,
Question on, Marty, is Councilman Mudrin's, is this a redundant amendment or motion? Didn't we already have one from Councilman
Well,
Turk?
actually, the way that it was, I mean, technically, the way that it was read by the clerk, it was corrected by Councilman Mudrin because the annual budget of the city of Joliet has changed, not the Joliet Public Library or the Foreign Fire Board, so.
So we're kind of revoting on the original one that Councilman Turk brought up.
Right.
Okay, no.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman,
Aye.
Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
No.
Motion carried 6-2. Council Memo 605-16, ordinances for the levying and assessment of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2016 and ending December 31st, 2016, in and for the city of Joliet, including the Joliet Public Library. It's recommended said ordinances be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 607-16, ordinances proposing to establish the 2017 Joliet Special Service Areas Number 1 and 2. It's recommended said ordinances be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Motion carried. Under resolutions, Council Memo 609-16, a resolution authorizing the purchase of 16 York for blight removal. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Did we all fall asleep?
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 610-16, a resolution authorizing the sale of police dog to Officer Peter Van Gessel. It's
Definitely
recommended.
move to approve.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 611-16, a resolution authorizing the purchase and conveyance of 759 North Hickory Street to the South Suburban Land Bank and Development Authority. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 612-16, a resolution appropriating additional motor fuel tax funds for the Benton Clay Herkimer Roadway Improvements Project 2016. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 613-16, a resolution authorizing the submittal of the Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report to the Department of Housing and Urban Development. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 614-16 was removed from the agenda. Under bids and contracts, award of contracts, Council Memo 616-16, award of contract for the flooring of the Joliet Area Historical Museum Auditorium. Council Memo 617-16, purchase snowplows for the roadways division. Council Memo 618-16, repair the roof at Bicentennial Park. Council Memo 619-16, award a contract for the NPDES Compliance Analytical Testing Services 2017. Council Memo 620-16, purchase public safety vehicles. It's recommended Council Memos 616 through 620-16 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Amendments, change orders, and payments. Council Memo 622-16, approve change order number 3 and payment request number 3 for the Laraway Road roadway improvements project. Council Memo 623-16, approve change order number 5 and payment number 7 and final for the Ida Street, Rayner Avenue, Woods Avenue roadway improvements project 2015. Council Memo 624-16, approve change order number 1 and final payment for the 2016 Utilities Restoration Program Phase 1 contract. Council Memo 625-16, approve change order number 1 and payment request number 4 and final for the Haldeman Terrace Sewer Lateral Point Repairs Project. Council Memo 626-16, approve change order number 6 for the East Side Wastewater Treatment Plant Influent Pumping Station and Screen Replacement Project. Council Memo 627-16, approve change order number 1 and payment request number 5 and final for the Gauger Road US Route 6 Water Main Improvements Project 2015. Council Memo 628-16, approve change order number 2 for the Marycrest Phase 1 Water Main Improvements Project. And Council Memo 629-16, approve change order number 1 and payment request number 2 and final for the Benton Clay Herkimer Roadway Improvement Project 2016. It's recommended Council Memo 622 through 629-16 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Girl.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hernandez Brewer.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Motion carried. City Manager's report.
Couple things. First of all, I've already received the flags from the Flags of Valor group to fly at our various locations around town, but we are still waiting for delivery of the solar lights before we put the flags up. The other issue is that Sunday evening, there was a automobile accident at the intersection of Glenwood and Larkin Road, and part of that took out all of the traffic control device for the intersection there. So right now, we've got stop signs up there, and we appreciate everybody paying close attention, and we should have the equipment, should arrive Friday, and it should be fixed over the weekend. That's all I have. Thank you.
Jim, if I can follow up, we've had some real severe weather the last couple of weekends. I think our roadways division's done a great job on the streets. Thank you, Jim Trisna, and the guys doing the plowing. And then also, if you could reiterate, I guess we're doing some things different. We're spraying before the snow, and then we're also soaking the salt in some type of solution to allow ice and snow to melt at colder temperatures. Could you explain that?
Last year, council invested in some new equipment for the city, and that's a brine mixer where calcium chloride, beet juice, and salt are put into a slurry. Also, additional tanks that go on the back of the trucks, and then it's got a sprayer on there, and they spray the roads before the anticipated snowfall. The other thing is that all of the supervisors' pickup trucks out there have laser monitors for temperature of the roadway itself. So they know certain areas, how effective the beet juice will be versus salt directly or just putting down straight calcium chloride. As you know, the brine is good, but when we get down to these sub-zero temperatures like we had a couple of days ago, there's really nothing effective at all. And but when it warms up to 25 to 32 degrees, these are very effective.
Thank you, Jim.
Mayor?
Yes.
Jim, too, and you're going to be moving forward as far as the flags, as you and I and Councilman Clement have discussed, with securing some plaques. And the idea that we all agreed on was to display them in the city hall.
Right.
Because it wouldn't make sense to put them on the pole after
Right.
all, because who's
Right.
going to stop the car, walk over to the pole and read a plaque?
So we'll find a location in City Hall with a plaque for each of the flags that are flown at our dozen locations around town. And then as they come down after 6 months, we'll send the plaque with the flag to the home community where that fallen warrior originates from. And then we'll put up new flags and post new plaques.
Thank you.
Sure.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Do you have an estimated date? I know there was one of 3 weeks on the lights coming in.
I don't know, but I'll let you know as soon as I find out.
New business. Sorry.
I was just going to add that they will take delivery of those. There is a little assembly required, but then we've got our electricians with their lift trucks, and they'll go out and do the assembly and installation as soon as possible.
Are those, the city will be doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
New business not for final action or recommendation.
Brooke?
I'm good.
And then,
Next is public comments. Anyone like to speak under public comment this evening?
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. It's a blessing to be here this evening. My name is Minister Mary E. White. I live at 112 3rd Avenue here in Joliet, Illinois, and I am a proud citizen of Joliet, Illinois. I'm here today just to share with our community about an upcoming event that will be held this Wednesday, December 21st, the longest night. It is a homeless memorial service, and it will be held at the North Center, which we know as Unity CDC, on 1 Doris Avenue here in Joliet, Illinois, at 7:00 p.m. The homeless live life on the edge. The edge is that precarious place between safety and disaster. When you're on the edge, the slightest mishaps means trouble. Every homeless person I've ever met was walking on the edge of some kind of addiction, mental illness, abusive relationship, criminal behavior, physical illness, or disability. Some of them died in hospitals surrounded by family members. Others died alone in a dark, visible corner. Regardless of how or where they died, they need not be forgotten. And perhaps we can learn from their stories so someone else might return safety from the edge. And so this is personal to me because I have been homeless, and I have been homeless in Joliet, Illinois. These are our friends, our neighbors, and our church members. So I encourage you to come out and to support the longest night here in Joliet, Illinois, which will be Wednesday, 7:00 p.m. at 1 Doris Avenue. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you also for bailing me out. I was supposed to prepare a letter of recognition, and I dropped the ball and didn't do it. So thank you for stepping forward.
Well, I appreciate your patience, too.
Mr. Mayor, City Council, John Sheridan. Last couple of meetings, you took a lot of beating up here, and I'd like to give you some kudos tonight. Again, I'd like to thank the City Council for passing the ordinance tonight, taking care of the property at 759 North Hickory Street. Kendall Jackson, Alfredo Milicio is addressing the issues we brought up a couple of months ago. And again, this is the continuous movement that's going on. And as mentioned earlier tonight, the city and the neighborhoods working together. Greatly appreciate it. The other thing, Mr. Mayor, you made a commitment about snow removal, and you're working on that. But in addition, you actually made progress on some snow removal and the city manager with the bus stop, the station in front of the courthouse. We've got a lot of compliments on that. People talking about not being having to step in 3 foot of snow when you get off the bus. Mike Hare was coming here tonight. You all know Mike Hare. He's kind of the ambassador for Cornerstone there. And he has laryngitis tonight, and he wanted me to thank you for it. He noticed it right away and called me. And, with this comment about, geez, I didn't have to step off the bus, step in the snow today. That's the way you can thank the mayor. The committee worked on the issue, and I got it done to the city manager. So again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Anyone else that would like to speak?
Tim Shanahan, Bruns Road, Manhattan. I've been before you enough times pleading my case for the Rialto and the funding, and I think it's only appropriate that I thank you for your vote and your vote of confidence, and to remind you that this is only the beginning of a long journey for the Rialto, and I think we're all optimistic of where we're going to end up at. But again, I want to thank you for your confidence in the Rialto and moving forward.
Thank you.
Anyone else that would like to speak under public comment?
Mr. Mayor, I just wanted to say that they thanked the city staff, which has done a tremendous job with the snow removal, but I think more importantly, yesterday we had the president of the union, Mr. Dillon, here, and it's him and his crew who actually work the streets, work those 14, 16-hour days, and give them special thanks. Also, I hope that at some time during the year there's another amendment to the budget that his issue, which is much more important than any issue in that city, and that's the safety of our citizens, that we hire more police officers. I want to thank the chief and his staff for keeping our city safe, but more importantly, we have the president of one of our unions here today, Mr. Heavner, and Mr. DeVito, who have worked with their men and women to keep us safe. We've had an escalation of crime, but they work hard. They work many hours. Overtime, they've taken a lot of abuse from some comments from members of the community. And as a strong Democrat, blue lives matter, all lives matter. And I just want to say thank you to the police department for a great job they're doing, the street department for what they did during this past storm. We always thank the staff, but the men and women who go out there and work that street, whether it's on a street crew or in a police car or in a fire engine, they're the ones that deserve the credit and the kudos. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Any other public comments?
Good evening. Thank you for taking up. My name is Larry Crawford. I live at 613 North Hickory. Just kind of making some observations about the Rialto process as it may have been, and I guess one of the challenges that I had along the journey was, as I watched the process, sometimes I felt like the proceedings took on that edge, like the lion walking up to the Wizard of Oz, as it may, in terms of how some of our citizens may have been treated in terms of addressing and responding to some of the dynamics of that discussion. And I would hope that as a city council, we remember that we are representing the people and that we work for the people, and they're not to come to this podium and be dressed down in a fashion that is condescending in any way. It's certainly important to address the issues that we have. I know they're very, very important, but not at the expense of the fact that we are all citizens here. I would like to think that any one of us could come to this podium and be treated respectfully, in terms of patting yourself on the back in the economy of, if I hadn't have been like a Perry Mason on steroids, I think that was kind of an overstatement in terms of what may have been required to bring us to what was actually resolved today. And I just hope that we'll be mindful of that as representatives of the citizens of Joliet when we are proceeding with other matters concerning all of us. And I appreciate you for allowing me to say so.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Next, we have mayor and council comments.
Your Honor, if I may, I want to send a couple of shout outs to some things that have just been fantastic in our city. First, I'd like to thank the Joliet Police Department Santa Cops. Due to your efforts, you have made some underserved children in this city very happy and will be able to have a very Merry Christmas. Not only did you raise the funds for the Shop with the Cop, but you came out of your own pockets at the time when you're shopping with the kids. So, I love you guys for that, and I salute you for what you do. Also, I'd like to thank the Joliet Housing Authority. Once again, they were recognized by HUD as a high performer, and that is something that is really good. Also, they helped us serve over 80 families with toys that were donated to the underserved children. So they partnered with us, along with Coach Truce. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. He is the coach of the Mighty Men of Lewis University. And they all came out. The basketball team from Lewis University came out to help us serve these underserved families. So we recognize you for your service. And a couple other things, Mayor. Do I have a 4-minute limit? Don't worry about it. Okay. I'd like to congratulate the Joliet Ravens football program. Champions, City of Champions. So they came back and they won the championship. And Mayor, we must get them down here.
They're coming.
They're coming. Great, great. And last but not least, I'd like to thank one of our new businesses in town, Wings Around the World. They are serving food to the homeless on Sunday. Every Sunday they're giving food, serving their well-prepared food for our homeless and giving out the coats. So thank you, Wings Around the World, for coming to Joliet, opening up your business. And last but not least, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you, Mayor.
Mayor, just to kind of echo what Councilwoman Gavin said, I'd just like to wish all of our staff and the mayor and city council and our residents a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the passing of Richard Thompson. He was a longtime employee of the Neighborhood Services Department. I think that those that worked with him, possibly as well as residents that encountered him through his position for all those years, weren't aware that he was also a Baptist minister. He was a reverend. He passed away on December 11th, and he retired in 2013 after more than 30 years, I think. And so just prayers to his family for their loss. And other than that, Merry Christmas to anybody who's hearing my voice right now.
Merry Christmas, and everyone have a safe holiday.
Thank all of you for coming and attending a number of meetings. We appreciate that. I'd like to obviously wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, and a joyful New Year.
My turn.
You got it.
Okay. First of all, I would like to mention a thank you to Tricia Simpson for coming up yesterday and saying what you did. It really resonated with me, and I'm sure the rest of the council as well. Taking responsibility and moving forward, and we're not here to fight. We're just trying to do what's best for the city. It's been a long haul, and I hope that things work out, and so I wanted to thank you for that, Tricia. I'd also like to congratulate my niece on a personal note. Our Katie graduated from Western Illinois University on Saturday in that terrible ice storm, and she'll be teaching elementary education, and she's very good at it. And Katie, I know you're listening, so I hope you find a job here in Joliet. And also, I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy your holiday, Happy Hanukkah, and have a Happy New Year. But most of all, love each other and enjoy your families. Thank you.
I just want to thank the entire staff of the City of Joliet for their hard work and dedication and service to the residents of the City of Joliet, and also thank my fellow council people and yourself, Mayor, and wish everyone a great New Year and a great Christmas.
Just to reiterate a couple comments, congratulations to the Housing Authority and Michael Simelton for his fine leadership. That was a troubled agency just a few years ago, and they now are first class. So great job to the men and women over there. Also, great job to the Joliet Ravens. They are going to be coming to the council for a proclamation, so I'd be happy to honor those young people for their great achievement. And then also, a couple weeks ago, I was honored to be invited to the American Legion Band Christmas party at the Rialto Theater and to present a proclamation on behalf of the city council to their great conductor, Tom Drake, who performed his last concert. And I believe offhand, he joined the band in 1955 or 1956. So great run by Tom Drake, another great performance, and thanks to our American Legion Band. And finally, wish everyone, including staff, Jim Hock, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It has been a good year. I know County Executive Walsh alluded to it. Councilman Hugg alluded to it. I'm really excited about what's happened in the city the last year. And I'm looking forward to the State of City speech. I always like telling good news. There are good things happening in the city of Joliet. There's good news. So thank you for all you to come out. And again, stay safe over the holidays and Merry Christmas, everybody.
Mayor?
Yes.
I just want to remind everybody that Christmas is on a Sunday, And so the 26th will be the observed day. City Hall will be closed. And then the following week, the same thing occurs. And so we'll be closed Monday the 2nd, and Tuesday the 3rd, we'll have a combined pre-council meeting, council meeting.
Thank you.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is seconded to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.